When you find yourself constantly thinking about your boyfriend or girlfriend, checking their phone, replaying every interaction in your mind, fretting over what they're doing or whom they're with, what may feel like just being in love could actually creep into something far more distressing. Obsessive attachment to a partner can show up as relentless preoccupation, jealous suspicion, and more control-seeking behaviors than genuine care. Recognizing these patterns and seeking professional help early can make all the difference. Understanding the obsession. Obsession in a romantic context is different from healthy love. According to licensed psychologist Deborah Gilman, PhD, obsession is an unhealthy preoccupation with a partner or crush. It's often one-sided and driven by a desire for control or possession. People who are obsessing with a partner may feel extreme anxiety about losing the partner or being without them, constantly check up on their partner's whereabouts or social media, define their mood or self-worth almost entirely based on their partner's attention, neglect their own friends, hobbies, or responsibilities because their mind is so occupied. These are warning signs, not merely of infatuation, but of an unhealthy attachment dynamic. What fuels the obsession? There are many possible underlying causes. One is a form of what's sometimes called relationship OCD, ROCD, in which individuals become preoccupied with whether their relationship is right or whether their partner is enough. Attachment style matters too. As one source notes, early childhood experiences with caregivers can affect how individuals form attachments in adulthood. Insecure attachment styles can lead to obsessive behaviors in relationships. Often it's about fear of abandonment, fear of imperfection, fear of losing oneself or the other person. The obsession becomes a coping mechanism, even if it's destructive. How obsession distorts relationships. When you're obsessing over someone, your thoughts and behaviors shift focus from the relationship's quality to your distress and need for reassurance. For instance, according to research on ROCD, people may spend time comparing their partner to others, obsess about flaws, or repeatedly seek confirmation of love or rightness of the bond. These behaviors are draining, not only for the person doing the obsessing, but for the partner who becomes the unwilling object of that anxiety. Instead of enjoying companionship, trust, and growth, the relationship becomes a source of constant worry, monitoring, and emotional upheaval. The role of therapy in breaking the cycle. Therapy can play a pivotal role in helping individuals escape from obsessive patterns and rebuild healthier relational functioning. For example, one article pointed out that therapy may help people to manage obsessive feelings and develop healthier relationships. Here are a few ways therapy helps. Uncovering root causes. A therapist can help you look at the underlying drivers, attachment wounds, trauma, self-worth issues that fuel the obsession. Cognitive restructuring, working to identify and challenge distorted thoughts like, if I'm not always thinking of them, I don't love them, or they must prove their loyalty constantly. Behavioral change, developing new habits, reducing checking behaviors, stepping back from social media stalking, reclaiming personal time and space, mindfulness and self-regulation, learning to step out of the whirlwind of thoughts and feelings, becoming an observer of your mind rather than its slave. For example, healing resources suggest routines, mindfulness, shifting attention, and limiting triggers like social media. Relational context. Once the individual is in healthier shape, sometimes couples therapy can help adjust interactions, boundaries, and support mutual growth. What therapy sessions might actually look like. In a typical therapeutic process, a therapist might start by mapping your patterns. What triggers your obsessive thoughts? What behaviors follow? Texts, calls, checking, how long the cycle lasts, how it affects your mood and life. Then you might explore your beliefs about relationships and yourself. E.g., I can't live without this person. If they leave, I'm worthless. Or, if I don't know every detail about them, I'm unsafe. Therapists often use techniques from cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, particularly helpful for obsessive relational patterns. As you progress, you'll learn to build your own identity, interests, and infrastructure outside the relationship. More friends, hobbies, a steady routine, pleasure in independent accomplishments. Therapy helps you shift from emotional dependence to interdependence. Practical steps you can take, with support. While therapy is the core, there are steps you can begin right now. Limit exposure to triggers. If you find logging into your partner's social media or asking 1,000 questions fuels anxiety, set boundaries for yourself and stick to them. Practice mindfulness. When you notice yourself spiraling into what-if scenarios about your partner, Pause and bring your attention to your breath, or what's in your immediate environment. Strengthen your own life. Invest time in your friendships, work, hobbies, health. The less your world revolves solely around the partner, the healthier the dynamic becomes. Write or journal the thoughts. Getting them out of your head and onto paper weakens their hold. You might write a letter to the person you're obsessed about, but don't send it. Use it to process feelings. Consider professional help early. If you recognize that your thoughts are constant, intrusive, anxiety-provoking, or controlling, a therapist is warranted. Why it's worth doing. Left unchecked, obsession over a partner can erode life satisfaction. It can lead to chronic anxiety, mood swings, relationship breakdowns, and loss of self. The hope is not just stopping obsession, but cultivating a relationship with self and with others that is grounded in trust, balance, self-worth, and authentic love, rather than fear, control, and compulsion. Therapy helps reclaim your autonomy, so you can be in a relationship from a place of strength, not weakness. In summary, obsessing over a boyfriend or girlfriend is more than being in love when it takes up your thoughts. Your mood depends on their actions, your identity blends into them, and your behavior shifts into control or monitoring. Recognizing that pattern is courageous. A therapist can help you unravel the drivers of that obsession, develop new ways of thinking and behaving, and rebuild healthier relationships, first with yourself, then with others. You don't have to stay stuck in that loop of anxiety and control. With help, you can rediscover connection that's freeing, not binding. If you are obsessing over someone and you live in Massachusetts, contact TCA Counseling Group for an in-office or virtual appointment with a licensed therapist to begin therapy.